So we all know Tyreek Hill has the ability to talk. Like the dude can talk. And we know he likes to talk trash. But here's what I love. I love when players start hyping up the opposite side of the ball. It is so easy for a player to be like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to dominate, or our offense is ready, or the wide receiver room is ready. It's so easy for a player to do that because they almost have to do that. They have to complement their position and have to talk about what their position is going to do. That's good. But when they start hyping up the other side of the ball, you know there might be something serious to that. So if you haven't, we're going to talk about this and why he's hyping up that defense. But if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to this channel. It's not our first channel. We got Sports Talk Detroit that's been going a couple years, but we love teams that don't get the national media attention as much. And I know some stuff is being talked about with Miami, but I still think sometimes when you got the Patriots over there, you've got the Jets, right? Like for some reason, the Dolphins don't get the love that they should. So we're here to absolutely give some of that love back to the city of Miami in their defense. So let's talk about this. Here's how it went down. Bijan Robinson went on to the Cheetah podcast, which is hilarious. And here's what Tyreek Hill had to say to him. He said, I ain't going to lie. When y'all come up here to Miami, man, that defense is looking right, boy. Vic Fangio got that defense looking nasty up front. You might want to beef up, get up to 230, 235 now. I think this is hilarious. I think it's hilarious because he's talking trash for joint practices. He's talking trash for a, wait for it, preseason game. He's not even talking trash about the regular season. Like, it's August 11th. After joint practices, they're going to have a preseason game on August 11th. Is Bijan Robinson going to get more than 3 carries? He's telling him to beef up to 230, 235. Like, Bijan will barely play in this game because they know he is the future. So they're not going to get him hurt. They're not going to pull a Kajana Carter where he gets hurt and tears his ACL, MCL, whatever he ended up, tearing way back. I remember that against the Lions in the preseason for the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, he was it out of Penn State. He was it. This isn't what this video is about. So let's talk about that crazy defense that the Miami Dolphins have heading their way. And what it looks like. And so here's what you start with. You start with good things up front. You start with good things up front. You start with Bradley Chubb. You start with Sealer. You've got Wilkins up front, looking for that new contract. All right. You got Phillips, Jalen Phillips, just on the outside. Guys, this is good. Like, this is a good team. On the outside, you have Xavier Howard. You have Jalen Ramsey. You've got a lot of different players. I know that Howard didn't have his best year last year, but if he is able to get the number 2 receiver, or if he's able to just worry about one side of the field, depending on how Fangio is going to deploy them, right? If he's able to just focus on that, I'm telling you right now, Duke could have another great year. He absolutely could, because that is not the norm for him. 2020, he had a phenomenal year. 2021, he had a good year. 2022 is more of the outlier. I understand he's almost 30. I get all that kind of stuff. Speed has never been his game. He has the ability to absolutely turn it on. David Long Jr. was a great player for you last year. Just solid. Jerome Baker's been there for a long time. He's solid. On the back end, you've got some unique things in the back end. I would say Deshaun Elliott's probably going to get in there and start for you, and you're not going to be that disappointed, especially when you put him around the players that you have in Miami. And Javon Holland's going to do a good job as well. Like, people in Miami, we've talked about this before. We've hyped you up on this before. This is good stuff. So just be excited that you got players on the offensive side of the ball. Like I said, we know Tyreek likes to talk. but he's talking up the defense. That's a good thing. I told you. I don't know if I told you. It's going to be a shorter video. So, hey, hit your comment below. Are you as pumped about this year for the Miami Dolphins as your boy Tyreek Hill is? And leave a comment below on that. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.